Many believe that the greatest power of the United States lies in its military, its worldwide bases, or its political influence. But the truth is that the most powerful weapon of the US isn't its bombs, it's the dollar. Since the end of World War II, the American currency has become the global standard for international trade, serving as the foundation for transactions involving oil, gold, and nearly all strategic commodities on the planet. But this dominance didn't happen by chance. It was a meticulously designed plan. By ensuring that the dollar became the world's reserve currency, the United States secured a privilege that no other nation has: the ability to print money without the risk of uncontrollable inflation, since other countries rely on this currency for their own economies. But what happens when this monopoly is threatened? Are we about to witness the collapse of the dollar as the dominant currency? The biggest move by the United States came in the 1970s when President Richard Nixon detached the dollar from gold and ensured that it would be backed by something else: oil. This was the birth of the petrodollar system. The US struck deals with Saudi Arabia and other OPEC countries to guarantee that all the world's oil would be sold exclusively in dollars. This meant that if any country wanted to buy oil, an essential resource for the modern economy, it first had to acquire US dollars. With this, the US created an artificial demand for its currency, ensuring that nations around the world had to accumulate dollars to keep their economies running. But this strategy also came at a cost. Whenever someone tries to challenge this system, they face serious consequences. After all, could the real reason behind certain wars and economic sanctions have nothing to do with democracy, but everything to do with protecting the dollar's hegemony? Throughout history, whenever a country has tried to break away from the petrodollar system, it has quickly become a target of sanctions, political instability, and even military interventions. Iraq, 2003. Saddam Hussein attempted to sell oil in euros instead of dollars. The result? A US-led invasion under the pretext of weapons of mass destruction, which were never found. Libya, 2011. Muammar Gaddafi proposed creating a gold-backed African currency to replace the dollar in international trade. Shortly after, NATO intervened militarily. Gaddafi was overthrown and assassinated. Venezuela, 2018. Nicolás Maduro announced plans to trade oil using cryptocurrencies and other foreign currencies. Soon after, the country was hit with harsh economic sanctions and an attempted coup. The pattern is clear. Any nation that tries to escape the dollar's dominance automatically becomes an enemy of the United States. But now the challenge is even greater. Russia and China are joining forces to build a parallel financial system. Could this mean that the dollar's hegemony is finally coming to an end? In recent years, a global movement has been gaining strength: de-dollarization. Countries like Russia, China, Iran, and even some historical US allies are looking for ways to reduce their dependence on the dollar. China has already begun trading oil in yuan instead of dollars. Russia is conducting international transactions using gold and alternative currencies. The rise of central bank digital currencies could eliminate the need for financial intermediaries, weakening American dominance. If this trend continues, the dollar could lose its status as the global currency, stripping the US of its most powerful economic weapon. What would happen if the world stopped using dollars for trade? Would the US economy collapse? Would American sanctions lose their power? And how would Washington respond to this existential threat? History has shown that the United States never surrenders its monopoly without a fight. If the dollar is truly under attack, are we on the brink of a new global financial war? The rise of the dollar as the world's dominant currency has allowed the United States to finance wars, influence governments, and sustain its way of life without facing the economic consequences that other nations endure. But now, with the emergence of digital currencies, China's growing power, and increasing global skepticism about the US economy, the era of the dollar may be coming to an end. If that happens, what comes next? Will the world adopt a new gold and cryptocurrency-based standard? Will the United States react militarily to stop this transition? Or will we see the fragmentation of the global financial system, with different economic blocs competing for control? The only certainty is that the dollar's dominance won't last forever. And when it collapses, the world will enter a new power game that could reshape the entire geopolitical system. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Will the dollar remain the dominant currency, or are we about to witness its collapse? Leave a comment, share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more investigations into the hidden forces shaping global power. After all, if the dollar loses its throne, who will be the next to set the rules of the game?